Hi, I'm Mayday.
And I'm Rainy Dayz.
And I'm Diva Dean, and you're watching the Boulet Brothers Dragula, Season 6, Episode 5, BOUview! Mama.
So we're back again. As you can see, Miss Kendra Onyx had to take a ghost train all the way up to the gayest village in all America, honey.
Period.
West Hollywood. Because you know what? She is booked and busy. But we gotta call upon another House of Gorgeous member, Miss Diva Dean.
Hello.
So yeah, I mean, we're excited, we're ready, we're galvanized. And let's get the shit talking rolling, right?
Period.
Then.
Okay, so the episode started off real interesting. Remember that nobody, like, we don't know who got eliminated.
Yeah.
So it was interesting seeing them coming in on pairs, because first was Asia and Pi came in.
The Alliance.
Yeah, the Alliance came in.
Yes.
And then after that, I mean, I think it was just in pairs, right?
Yeah.
Just in pairs.
So then we see Vivi come in, and so this is who we think is safe, right?
I was gagged.
I was gagged too, because I was like, oh, she's going home, right? Like, they're not gonna send Grey Matter home.
No, not yet.
You know,
no, I was
Grey Matter
shocked
home.
too, yes.
And then we see
Yes.
Grey Matter come in.
And it's funny because they both had a great looks the previous week.
Yes.
And then this week, we kind of like, don't know who went home. So both of them coming back, I'm like,
yeah, they're like, what?
And then everyone notices finally there's someone missing. It's Majesty.
Majesty.
Yes.
So we get a letter from the crew, right? And
now, do we like seeing the crew, or do we like not seeing the crew in the episodes? Like, they could have done something like, what's this letter here? Or do we like when it's like, does it set the tone?
I feel like it was so last minute that they were just like, well, we gotta get this letter in there now. It seemed like it was like that day. She kind of was like, I can't do this anymore. No?
I felt like they were really pushing for the theatrics, like the theatrics. And I feel like it wasn't even the production team that was pushing for that. I felt like Majesty purposely fabricated this whole thing so it could be like full-on theatrics. Like, if I'm gonna go out, like, I'm gonna go out with a bang, you know?
True.
It was like, girl, like, I mean, listen, her leaving, I'm gonna give it a 2 thumbs up. You know, like,
You know what,
if it wasn't from my wig about to fly out, I would have.
I will say, watching it this season, she definitely had too many moments for herself. Like,
It's like,
it was a lot. It was a lot.
yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, like a girl would be like, oh, I like doing this, and she'd be like, that reminds me of this one time that, like, it was about her, which I loved that Auntie would always call. When she called her out that last time, I was like, yes, call her out.
Call her
Call
out.
her out, because she's doing it. And like, she was right. She's like, I'm human, I'm gonna make mistakes, but like, girl, it was just like, girl, you need to understand what you're doing, because it's a lot. So in that respect, she was like, well, I'm gonna be a lot. Here's a letter, baby, and give it to them.
And she almost made it seem like the heat was just too strong for her. Like, it felt like she made it seem like the girls were out to get her, but I don't even think that was the case, you know?
No, I think they were just responding to what she was delivering and what she was giving, and they had this idea that like they have this preconceived notion of who she is from season 2, but like, you're right here showing us exactly who you are, and
Yeah,
like,
if you're coming in the same way,
like, what else do you expect me to react to except with what you're giving me? So, but I will say, for our girl Kendra loves her, so in that respect, good luck to whatever you're gonna do, Majesty. But how you feel?
oh, it's like this.
Oh, like this. Well, how do you feel about it?
I mean, do you feel that the interaction between Auntie and her, you think that really made her like, it triggered her in the sense of being like, I need to get out of here because this girl is pushing my buttons and I don't want to be the old me? And so you think that she was like, let me get out of here because I don't want to be the same.
No, I felt like she wanted to leave because she knew, she was like, oh, she got me gal. Like, she got me gal. You know? Like,
okay.
Wizard of Oz, I pulled the curtain, it's a man.
Oh,
you know?
It's a man, honey.
To me, that's what it was giving me. Like, I just felt like she was really pushing for like this, like, please don't come for me. Please don't come for me. Like, and cry wolf. But in reality, like, that is still the wolf, you know?
You know, and that reminds me when they were doing those teams. There's an episode where they were doing teams and she was like, everyone wants to be in my team. And everyone was like avoiding her.
Yeah.
She's like, everyone wants to be on my team. I don't know how to choose.
Yes. And like I said, like, I am actually a fan of their art.
Yeah.
Like, wholeheartedly. Like, as much as like I was really not featuring her in their original season, when it came down to their looks, I was like, she did it again. She did it again.
And then here too, the Dragula was good. There was other ones that were good.
Like, they were good. She wasn't like my favorite, but you know, I felt like they are really good competitors for Dragula.
She could have gone to the top 2 with her conceptions, but I guess
it's like
the pressure got to her.
It's like fake, like when you're
trying to control the edit.
Yeah, when we're out kicking with the girls, sometimes you're not with the girls that like are your actual friends, and when there's that bitch that's like sucking up the room, you don't want to be around that. You're like, oh my god.
True.
Yeah,
and when she stinks, oh girl, get me up. You know,
we know girls like that, baby.
Exactly. So it's like,
I feel you.
You know, and I'm sure Auntie was like, girl, like, cut the bullshit.
Like, give people other chance to like, shine.
And also be real. Just be real, you know? Like,
just be yourself.
It just seemed so it just seemed like every time she had to speak, it was like action.
Yeah. And calculated.
It was very rehearsed. Very rehearsed. And I was not here for it, you know? Just like, come in here. If you're gonna be catty, be catty. And if you're gonna be like,
own your shit.
Before the girls, but like,
own your shit. Yeah, because at the end of the day, that's what you're there for. And I mean, she couldn't own it, so she said bye.
So what we're saying is that the skeleton that we saw previously in the last episode, that was Majesty. Majesty got electrocuted.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And if it was her narrative, she grabbed them.
She took them
and she was like, it's me!
Like in Terminator. But listen, this is honestly probably the best decision you've ever done in your life.
We'll see you win Titans, maybe. We'll see. Maybe maybe you'll be
first
ready
competitor.
back.
Very first competitor.
Very fierce. Very fierce.
Very Central Pay.
Now be very Central Pay, but be very real next time.
Exactly.
And then everything will mesh together.
So in Dragula history, are we saying, is she the first to self-eliminate herself, or was there another contestant in the previous season that
I thought it was the first, but then I was reminded it was
Miss Melissa.
She did leave. And then they kind of have the similar storylines regarding partners and,
you know, rehearse.
Yeah.
See? Just colonizing land, colonizing ideas, colonizing storylines.
Oh my
crazy.
Crazy, girl.
For America.
America.
Yeah.
America.
And then they're like, and they just want to wash their hands and be like, I didn't do it. I'm leaving.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, listen, I wish they would have stayed. I wish they would have been more real enough to stay and just go out there and do your shit, you know, and serve. But
be Majesty.
Be Majesty, honey. Don't be.
And if that's what you are, that's. It was the theatrics were a lot.
But you know, at the end of the day, like, if it was about, you know, your mental health and stuff like that, I respect that, and like it does take a lot for you to be like, to just let go and have to like say, okay, I can't, you know, I get it, but
girl bye.
Girl bye. So the challenge this week is Dragula, the musical, which is an interpretation of Alaska Thunderfuck's actual musical, Drag the Musical. And
they get split into teams.
Yeah, but I find this interesting. I find this a very interesting route that Dragula is taking. Like I wasn't expecting them to go the musical route. You know,
I was shocked. I was shocked when I like was gonna press play and it was like right because it says like musical.
Yeah,
and you're like, wait, what's going on right now? Am I watching another show?
But it's cool. I mean, like Alaska's was successful, and I think that's pretty cool that Alaska was like, you know, like go ahead and use, you know, my template. And
yeah, and I mean, the thing is too, you can't grow without taking risk. So this definitely is a risk, and you know they went for it. I definitely think if they knew they were gonna do this, I think they could have prepared the girls a little bit more pre all this. But I also think they like the shock value of things, so I think that's why we got the episode we got.
Yeah. We'll get into that. But you know, me being not the musical gay, you know, and doing drag, and then when I get to see you know Broadway style performances and all that stuff, like I do see the similarities of like how drag operates and how you know Broadway operates. Like I feel like a lot of things are the same, and I feel like you know it is a good skill to have. It is. I feel like it's not just like when you're on the stage. It's like even like backstage stuff, you know, like how a lot of things operate, and I think this is a really cool, you know, thing to implement into Dragula because, you know,
it's an aspect of it.
It
kind of aligns with the stuff that like Heklina was doing, and who else?
Peaches
Christ. Kind of like what they were doing, like they were more on the Dragula side of drag, and they were like creating plays and stuff. So I think maybe that's why they incorporated that, like in honor of that skill set.
Yeah, like very guerrilla theater, making your own stuff happen.
Because as Dragula grows, you know, like these opportunities are gonna flourish, like you know, like in other you know other drag competitions, you know, they put them in these tests because you know now you see drag and TV, you know, musicals, like very like actual Broadway musicals,
Vegas,
you know, commercials, everything, like you know they're setting them up for you know these opportunities for it to be
to compete and also be
able to do those, able to, and I think that's cool, you know, like I said, I'm not the biggest Broadway person, but like I get it. I get it.
There's aspects of it that we all can benefit from when we are doing those kind of like when we're learning about how production works. So for the floor show, they have to do a musical, which we haven't talked about, but what they have to do is they have to learn choreography. They get split into 2 teams, and then they also have to sing live on stage. So they have to learn their songs. You have to be
and they learn that last minute,
literally last minute, like quick,
which I love.
Yes,
and it was the rats and the snakes. Now, which group would you guys want to be in? Are you a rat or are you a snake?
I feel like there's more room for creativity and like being able to kind of just go off the walls with a rat. So I think I would have picked a rat. Like a snake, like I mean we saw it that they didn't really do any characterization with like snakes. I feel like it's hard, like what, you know, it's like a slithering animal, you know.
A snake speaks already like with it by where a mouse could be like...
It could be anything.
Anything, yeah. So, you're a rat.
She would choose rat, baby. That's not good.
A rat.
In reality, I'm a snake. But I would like to be a rat in this musical.
I would choose snake just because I feel like it's harder, because clearly it was harder for them. What is going down? Oh, because I have this? Oh, man, my eyes say snake, my nose says rat. I just don't know what to choose. But I learned seeing this episode, I would have chosen snake just because I like a challenge. So I would like to show them like, oh, this is how we could do it. What about you?
I think I'll lean more towards the rats. Just for, I feel like there's more to play with there. But I did enjoy the snake's song better. Like I like.
Oh, you did?
I did. I kind of enjoyed. Like I liked the whole like the snake pit. like I was living for that. The rats was more like musical.
Yeah,
the
West Side Story.
West Side Story. So I like the character of a rat, but the music I would have been gravitate towards more. I would have been like, if I was a rat, I would be like, dang, I wish I was doing the snake song, you know? So.
All right, let's talk about the rats. And I think overall, like, characterization was there. It was sickening.
On point.
And yeah, that's it.
They really, they really got their characters. They had.
I think the only one that really was a letdown was Yuri, because they were the sexy rat, and I felt like they could have gone sexier.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
it was good. It was good because out of all of them too, their singing was on beat and stuff like that. But I needed more sexy.
Yeah,
like I needed way more sexy.
She could have pushed.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Auntie forgetting her lines.
I was shocked. I was gagged. I was like,
but she kept going.
She had to. She did.
And then she said, and I'm old.
She remembers that. She remembers that. Typecasting. I don't know. I was like, damn.
And Vivi was ahead in the beginning.
Oh my god.
She was very ahead, so kind of probably threw her off, and
yeah.
You know.
But as a professional, you should be able to get yourself back on track.
True.
Yes.
True.
If your name's gonna be Auntie, be Auntie. No.
Yeah, like in Gray Matter, I mean, that's a white man.
In boots.
It was
in boots.
Yeah.
That's
a man.
Kinky boots.
But he wore the boots.
He wore the boots.
And what was the rat? What rat were they? Were they?
They were Rat House Diva.
Oh, Gray?
Yeah, what was their like their sexy rat, old rat? What was their rat? Because they look very robotic, but in heels.
He just looked crazy.
Crazy rat?
Maybe, I don't know. But he looked good. Like he looked like he had
2 left feet rat.
Well, they all did not know how to dance. Because they couldn't even keep up with like you would hear them go like this and honestly, to click on the
like imagine if they had the other song, girl. It would have been a hot boo boo mess. And this one is at least like all you gotta do is snap on the beat, baby. Just snap on the beat.
I was dying. There's a part where they all snapped and you heard the snap in the track.
Like the bare minimum, and you're not even doing that.
Yes.
But the looks were there.
Yeah,
the looks were there. The characters, like, they could have been better with sexy for sure. But
I think when they all had their individual time to shine, I'm glad that oh, fuck,
they all lacked.
Well, they all did lack. I did like Gray Matter because I felt like they were very clever in how they developed their character, and it was very like and I thought that was very cool and unique, and like it was cute, you know. And then Yuri, I mean, like the vocals were there. It was just like I said, if it would have more sexy.
Characterization wise, you like. I just want more.
Yeah,
I just want more from Yuri.
And I thought Auntie was gonna slay. I thought she was gonna slay.
Done. And then just the look was there. The look was, I think, the best out of all 4 of them.
And I definitely feel like I feel like Rat House Fever was more Broadway, and then the Snake Pit was giving more like Vegas show.
Yeah,
like they weren't both equally musical. One was more like showgirls, and the other one was more like
Broadway.
Yeah. So,
and honestly, like you don't have to do no intricate choreography or anything like that, but yeah,
it lacked choreography. It lacked energy.
So what do we give the group as a whole?
I'll give it a thumbs down.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs down too.
I'll give it mid because the characterization was there.
They focused too much on character. Performance.
It's true. But I'll give them this.
Who was your standout?
My standout
for that team
was Gray. For me, because they committed the whole way through, whether it was good or bad, it was commitment, which is something I always like in a performance, because then the energy, you can always tell someone like how to do it better, but like you can't make someone give energy. And they were giving the energy I needed in a musical like that, where everyone else was feeding too much off each other and like lacking energy. So, who was your favorite?
My standout was Auntie, but all for the wrong reason. She was giving me like Mayhem's like like
now that's iconic.
Yeah.
right.
Now it is.
Not this one. No.
A lot of copy and paste.
Yeah. Yeah, that was I mean, to me the standout was the snap before, you know, the actual snap. Yeah, I feel like that was the standout.
They knew.
And the I'm old. We knew he hit that line.
I know that.
And then everyone got in tune after that. And
Yeah.
they were ready to go. We left. Now.
But I would agree though that for me the best one for me was Grey Matter.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree that.
So now that we've talked about the rats, let's talk about the snakes. What are our thoughts about the song, the group? What's the tea? What was the vibe?
How you said, I feel like it was very like showgirls, like live band, like very live band tease. Like, I thought them across the board, like choreography, unison, stuff like that was all there.
Yes. They worked as a group a lot better.
Yeah, but how they said the characterization was not there. But
True.
I also was
But the
like,
song
not
didn't-
mad. Yeah, it didn't exactly.
The song didn't require, there was no highlight of like, okay, now it's Asia's turn to sing. Now it's like, there's no like, I mean, maybe that
I
is.
thought the most one was Aurora that stood out, like acting wise, just because she had to, because she was like the kidnapped.
Yes.
woman. And I think she did well for that. But I think that's the thing too. If they had characters, they definitely could have amped it up a little bit more.
But it was hard because this gave me more like live band, like more like a live band type of tea. But
Yeah, like a showgirl group, like
Yeah.
you know, like kind of doing the same thing.
I think-
but it looks gorgeous.
yeah, it looked cute. I mean, I think what bothered me the most was that a lot of them were very timid in their like voice range. I don't know how to say that, but like I almost had to be like, huh?
Yeah,
You
they
know,
weren't
what is it?
projecting.
Yeah, they were
Projecting.
exactly. That's the thing that was like really taking me out of the experience, you know. But
The choreography was there.
yeah,
And compared to the other group, I think even the episode highlighted it where it was like, when they rehearsed, they're like, the choreographer was like, okay, what do you guys have for me? And they literally had everything blocked.
Yeah.
Compared to the other group where they were like, we
And
just
see her face. Her
we just
face.
have this. And she was like, okay. Like,
well, girl, you in danger.
You in danger.
You in danger, girl. I liked it. I mean, I do wish that maybe their outfits kind of gave more snake in a way, but like I said, I thought they would look cool.
They look like a group,
They did look like a group.
but I would never have guessed.
Snake.
Oh,
That
you're
it
the
was
snake.
Snake,
Yeah,
exactly.
I would never have guessed.
Yeah.
that. I'd be like, you rockers.
yeah,
Rock
rocker,
band.
kiss. They were getting very like kissed by.
Oh yes,
rocker.
very kiss.
Very.
I like this. We're the snake pit.
Yeah.
Like I was living for all
I like that. Yeah. But I felt like they could have given more. Like the whole thing with Aurora. I was like, come on, like amp it up a little bit more. Just amp it up.
She did well.
Yeah.
In terms of, because not everyone was acting so much, so like she did stand out. But I think she could even done more. Like I would have been like, oh,
Yeah, go crazy. Yeah.
they're coming for me. Like, and she was just like, I'm like, they're coming. You're like,
What's wrong with that?
they're coming. Oh my God. But yes, out of all of them though, who was your standout?
I honestly, my standout is for me Jaharia because her body movement, her just like the way she moves and performs, like it gives me like the most gratification, you know, like I live for that, you know.
And I guess that's why they were probably really strong, because she helped choreograph most of it.
It was a little draggy. I was like, this was not needed, you know. But like,
But she is. She is very draggy.
that's just very her, which is fine. Like, but I mean, kudos to her for, you know,
whipping them together.
And
it wasn't safe choreography either. Like some stuff they were doing was very like intricate and they had to be on time. So to choreograph that in that short amount of time And then she did that
True.
split at the end. She commanded.
She hit the note at the end too. Like
she has a good voice.
She sings, honey.
Out of all of them, yeah, she got the best voice.
Yeah.
I live.
I thought Pi did a good job.
Commitment.
Yeah, I thought Pi did. Yeah, because like they know how to make it their own. You know.
And it was like another look too. It wasn't their look wasn't actually like it was more androgynous than more draggy because they were a little like shirtless with just underwear on and some chaps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't living for that. But
Yeah.
I wasn't. Nothing. No, the bounce is fine. I just felt like a lot of bareness, where I was like,
yes,
like I just need, like I don't know.
Where's the drag?
There's not even. Yes, where's the drag? But also just like I don't know, just like I needed something there, and not necessarily covering them up because all bodies are beautiful, but like. But if I don't know, I felt like just like here's a costume and then here's Bear and then here's another costume.
Yeah.
Where there could have been, I don't know, paint or like something in there to make the whole look cohesive.
The green fishnet even more.
The green fishnet even just there would have amped that look up.
Yeah, because I feel like all of them had that accent and Pi's wasn't really as like present. But I mean overall
they did it.
They did good. They did good. I mean, the characterization, like they said, it wasn't there, but I didn't think that was really an issue for me.
Yes, I felt like, and they were a group, like they were very unison, like a snake, like it was like they're all together.
Okay, yeah.
You know, so maybe that was the character, all of them together.
What are we gonna give it?
Oh, I'll give it a thumbs up. I liked it.
I'll give it a thumbs up.
I'm gonna give
soft.
A
soft, yeah, like
it's like the
flaccid. I'm gonna give it a thumb too.
Yeah. I'll give it a thumb.
Yeah.
Like those memes. Like,
I was living for all that whole team in general.
But what about your standout?
Standout for sure was Jahari for sure.
Yes.
More like I said, she's one of my favorites, and I live for her in the confessionals and in the competition. Like she is the narrator of Dragula this season. So
yes, man.
I live, and she's athletic. She serves drag. She has different perspectives. So I definitely feel like, and I don't think that this team would progress or be as successful if she wasn't on their team.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like she was a key ingredient, and she's my standout.
To like lead them to victory.
Yeah.
I think so too. She's my standout.
I agree. Jahari was my standout.
And her mug is cute right here. Look, once again, I thought mug was down.
Looked very good. Okay, guys. So the winners are the Snake Team.
Period.
Well deserved. And then the winner overall was Pi. Do we agree with this?
I'm gonna have to give it to Jaharia, you know. And,
I thought it was gonna be her too.
And I think the only reason why Jaharia didn't get it was because, like, the whole bashful thing, like,
yeah, it's not like commanding her, and her star power.
Yeah, and even Pi was like, I know that the Boulets want to see someone that's like, no. I took, which like, I, you know, maybe they did take direction in like different aspects, but, you know, and they were like, yeah, I'm sickening, and I led them to victory as well, you know, and obviously any person would be like, okay, yeah, you won, you know, like.
She is playing the game very well.
Yes.
True.
Very strategic.
Okay, I think, that makes sense, yes.
She said that. She was just like, I know they want leadership, and I'm going to tell them I led them too. No, I didn't. Well, and maybe she did. I'm going to be, but I know Jahari did more.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But Jahari needs to speak up, because if it was me, well, no, too, I would be quiet too. But but hopefully in a situation like that, I would say, you didn't do nothing. What you do? Tell them what you did specifically, quickly. But they didn't. So Pi wins, but they also they get a very special treat for being the winning team. They get to choose the 2 people from the other team that will be up for extermination. Gagged. Were you gagged? Because I was.
I was too. I mean, I love it. I'm like, damn, they sadistic motherfuckers, you know? I like it though.
Very, very like all-star.
We've been asking for messiness, and guess what? We're getting it.
They're giving them mess.
And I live for it every minute. So they get 10 minutes to go to the cauldron, and they get to debate and talk amongst themselves, and they have to come back and tell them who 2 people they will be choosing. And when they get back there, what happens?
I mean, I think across the board, they're all like, okay, I think we should all collectively put the front runners in the chopping block. And
they're trying to play the game.
Yeah, and Asia and Pi want Auntie in there, and then the other 2 want Gray Matter in there. So then when they all get together, they're like, okay, well, what's T? What's T? And I think they all were like, across the board, were like, okay, I think we should just get the front runners, like let them sweat, like let them fight for it, and like we'll see what's up. And I think that is a very good strategy and thing to do in theory, but like
it could backfire.
It could backfire, and also like as a viewer and even as a producer, like if you're looking at it as a producer, like I mean, this is a TV show that you're making, and like, wouldn't you want to just keep watching like cool drag to be on display, like as much as a competitor too, like, and also too, like the thing is like if I'm gonna be in the top and win, like I would want to be in the top and win with a person that is just as good or like at my level, like so I know that like if I win, I won because I won against like the best. Like for example, when I won the only fucking competition I won, I was really proud of myself because I felt like I was amongst a lot of forces in the community, and I was like, out of everybody there, like I was
it validates you.
Yeah, it validates you. And like, you know, like I felt like everyone that was in that show, in that competition, was like worthy enough to win. You know, I feel like they all had the tools, they all had the power, and like I won.
She beat me. It's fine. It's fine. I'm like, no, I get.
What did I win? What did I win?
The rhinestone. That's what she won. But I think, I mean, you're right. But I'm all about like, you gonna say it, be about it.
True.
You know what I mean? So like, I get what you're saying, but like, they were like, that would have just elevated the game to a different level, because it would have been like, oh my gosh, like 2 people that you are expecting to be at the end together, maybe one of them is going home.
Right.
Like one of them has to go home, especially since no one went home the week before. So like they gonna have to eliminate somebody. And I don't know, I was gagging. I was like, oh my God, they're about to do this. Yes, like this is the drama I live for. Because they were all in agreement. They were like, because luckily for Auntie, she deserved to be in the bottom.
Yes.
So like they were like, this is the time she can't get mad at us.
Yeah.
She needs to understand. But they
Her place was there.
Yeah. But Gray would have been the shocker.
Oh, that would have been,
because he, you know, did the best out of all of them. So it was like, oh wow, like that would have been a power move.
Very.
And what do you think about it?
I definitely feel, don't give me the option or the choice if you don't want me to take it. So like even as a producer or even as a show, like if it's my chance to win this competition, this is my shot and probably my only shot to take out the competition. So let me put the top in. So for sure I would have been like, I don't see there's anything wrong with being like, you know what, I'm putting the 2 front runners up and that's it. And it's not no reflection on me. You gave me this option.
Yeah.
You gave me this power to do so. So if you don't like it, be mad at the people who gave me the power, because it's just like compared to like Survivor or Big Brother, or like they're not like, oh, let me take the weak people out. They're like, let me take out the people that have been winning the challenges.
Yeah, true.
Let me take out the people who are socially connected to people or have a strong game in that. So it's like,
and that's what they want.
Yeah. So I'm like, in this aspect, I don't know why when it comes to drag, everyone's like, be fair. Like, you know, it's like, no, like this is your chance. Take them out.
Yeah.
And luckily, Auntie sucked, and because she's old. And I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know if I would have picked Gray, because Gray was kind of like, it's hit or miss. Like they were literally on the bottom last week. Very true. And very true. I don't feel like this week they were that strong to be like, oh, unless they seen their costumes with like from the next couple of weeks. So maybe that played a part in it, but I don't know who I would have chose instead if not Gray. I don't know. But I definitely would have tried to pick some of the stronger people.
Yeah.
So like in the competition you just did, had you had the opportunity, those strong contenders would have been up for elimination.
Yeah, I would
She's like, what strong contender?
What strong contenders? I would say even there was a competition that we did together where like the winner can pick.
Oh yes.
And we would have to pick, regardless if they were bad that week or strong that week, that we could pick people up there to get eliminated, and that's those people who went home. So I live for this moment. I hope and I wish they continue with like, let's get the strong people out, because it'll make people start being like, let me start being nice and be like, hey girl, you're my bestie, remember? Like,
and honestly, like the people that I was not really counting them in the, like I wasn't counting them as like, okay, they're gonna be worthy enough to compete, or like worthy enough. I'm like, oh, these are early outs. Like for me, I was like Jaharia, I wasn't really counting her in. Pi, I was like, nah, like she's probably gonna be out soon. But they're
snakes, but they're on the top though.
Yeah, they're in the top. Like they're doing good. Like a lot of these, I feel like it's anyone's game. It really is anyone's game, and like yeah, there are some people that have like really cool looks, but it's at this point it's not just about that anymore. It's like it's very heavy performance based. You know, they're getting them in Broadway and all of that. So.
Yeah, I would have put Yuri
in the bottom.
I would have put Yuri and Auntie. Those are the two that I would have chosen, just to like.
But Yuri's been in the bottom too.
I feel like Yuri's like.
Yuri's not giving what I think Yuri should be giving.
I'm really not featuring her like.
But I get what you're saying. I mean, honestly, if you're looking at it too, like it's not like Vivi has been horrible this whole season. She's brought some stuff that she almost won. So it all depends. Oh, true, I guess. But like it wasn't. But like her doll wasn't awful.
No,
like it was good. Like she's not like not a good contender. She's just. You know, there happens to be some people who are being consistent this whole time.
Yeah.
And very out of the box.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Auntie and Gray in my mind were those two to be the ones. But we get to the floor. It's very dramatic. And who's the first one to go up?
Miss Auntie.
No. Jahari was the first one to say who she's gonna pick.
Oh yes.
Remember, because we think right now they're in agreement.
Oh yeah.
They're in agreement that it's gonna be Auntie and Gray.
Yeah.
Because two of them wanted Auntie, the other one wanted Gray. They said, "Cool, like we're gonna do this." And Jahari goes first, and then what does she say? She says, "I will pick Auntie," and Auntie's like, "Yes, of course, yes, I deserve it." And then you're ready. You're like, "Okay, she's gonna pick Gray. It's gonna be crazy." And then she's like, "And then I'm gonna pick Vivi." I was mad. I was so mad. I've been in that situation where we say we're gonna do something, and I let someone else do it.
We did.
Yes. I was like, no. And then so naturally everyone seems no, but naturally everyone starts backing out.
They're backpedaling.
Yes, and so the whole line.
I know. I was like, no.
They all say the same thing. And you know what? I thought, but I mean, at that point too, like I thought Asia Consent was gonna be the one to be like, this is what we agreed to, so I'm gonna do it. But but I also get her strategy in it.
I know. I needed at least one to stick to the.
Yeah.
I wanted just one, but none of that.
What would you have though if you were like in like one of the after ones? Would you have been like, okay, this was the plan, so I'm sticking to it, or would you just go with the flow and be like, I guess everyone's just choosing these two, so I'll just choose these two too?
I mean, I feel like they're also thinking about it like, well, damn, like
my vote won't matter, and I don't want to bring heat on me for this person that now we're like going to choose, but we didn't now.
Not only in the next episode, if they do get to stay and all that yada yada, they can vote, but also even like the fan base. We all know how crazy the fan base could be, you know. But I mean, whatever.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I get in a strategic way. If especially if you're already like where Asia was at the last one, it'd be like, well, I'm already like, either I look like a jerk, because I'm gonna stick to what we said, or I'm gonna just go with the flow and keep myself safe. Because she did say Gray is strong, and if Gray survives, he's gonna come back strong. Like, so that strategy is good, but I was just so disappointed. I was just so sad. I was like, why? You guys are gonna make history and you backed out, you bitches.
Like, I unsubscribed to Shudder.
I was like, I closed it. I'm not doing this no more.
Blocked the whole cast.
But I mean, and that was the thing too. I feel like I would have been the first one and I would have done it. And then no one, I feel like everyone else would be like, I don't know what she's doing. But
and then you would be mad.
Oh, girl. We would be fighting. We would be fighting back there. I'd be like, you said you were going to do it. You said you were going to do it. What the fuck? Like, I would be going crazy. But luckily, they all just chose the same people. And we have our bottom two, which is Vivi and Auntie.
Which, I mean, you know, it's fair. I mean, if the Boulets would have chosen, it would have been that as well.
Yes, I agree.
I kind of feel like they were sealing Vivi's fate a little bit, because I don't see them, like, if they would have chose Auntie and Vivi, I don't see them getting rid of Auntie at all, or Auntie at all. So I just feel like it was like an unfair, like, let's make sure we get rid of Vivi versus putting Gray. If they would have picked Gray and Auntie together, it would have been like, okay, who? It could be up in the air.
But imagine how terrible that lip sync would. Sudden Death would have been.
Okay, let's talk about the lip sync. So they were lip syncing against each other, and then there were moments where like the Billy Brothers was like, that one took me a little distracting because I was like, what are they saying? they're like pointing like.
She's like, ooh, she's sad. Ooh, she's bad, girl.
They're bad.
Imagine you had to lip sync. Girl, why? Why?
Stop the music.
What do you want to say? What do you want to say to me? What are y'all whispering?
So what did you feel about the lip sync?
I felt like Vivi gave up, and I mean, Auntie, she did good. I mean, she did good, and I just wish there would have been a little bit more fight.
I love lip syncs for your life. Like, I live
Sudden Death.
Yes.
Sudden Death.
Like, I live for them. So I like when you don't know who's gonna go home. And Vivi was like, bitch, I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, I think she just saw Auntie and they're like, and I've been in those situations where like a girl who's in a competition has been winning consistently, and then you haven't won anything, but you've been consistent. And then you get there and you're in the bottom with them, and you're just like they're not gonna send her home. They're not, no matter what. I could do a million flips but the thing is, I will say, is even if you feel that way, you need to give it everything you got, because the audience is strong. And like, had she, like, maybe she's right. She would have done like an amazing, and they would still let Auntie stay, but the audience would have saw her and been like you can't lie to the camera, and they would have been like as much as they try to cheat it sometimes, like, you cannot lie and be like, oh, she did bad in that lip sync. You know, like, if she gave it everything she had and what she could do, I feel like the audience would have been like, and we as the audience would have been like, what? Like, they kept Auntie after that lip sync, you know what I mean? Because I would say Auntie, she did good, but it was very like,
she's beatable.
Yes.
Wow.
You hear that, Auntie? Rainy Days challenges. No. You.
Here's my address.
Pull up, Paul. Overall, it was cool. Like, Auntie, she did what she had to do, and rightfully so. She stayed. Miss Vivi, you know, like, I was really hoping that she would go farther, but you know, I think she was ready to throw in the towel. Yeah. You know, you could see it. Like, you felt the energy, and you know.
During that lip sync, you felt that energy.
Yeah.
You were like,
what energy?
This is so sad. The sad energy. She was so sad. It was like her swan song. It was like, goodbye. She should have just hugged everyone and be like, goodbye, my friends. Like, it was sad. It was sad to see. Because she did come in so strong and confident. Because I did think.
Yes, I thought so.
I was very much featuring her in the beginning. I was like, Okay.
But I feel like we've all been there where like you start doing things in the competition and then you're like,
you get tired.
You're like, damn, I guess I'm not that sickening, you know?
Yeah.
You know, but you just gotta really like believe, like you gotta really believe.
The Delulu.
Yeah.
If
you can't, just fake it, girl. Fake it.
Just a little. I don't like a lot of Delulu, but I like a little bit. I like girls who definitely, and especially because you are good. Like you got in there.
You're in there.
Yeah.
You're in there.
Yeah.
And I think even like you see it even in the confessionals, like just very like low, maybe the very dull and like somber. I'm like that. I feel like sometimes I could be like that, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not.
They're like the highest energy.
Yeah, but
human.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, how you doing? Like very
human, honey. Oh baby, I'm trapped. So we all see it. We all know Miss Vivi the Force. She gets eliminated.
Not Vivi.
Not Vivi.
Oh my God.
Not Miss Vivi, girl. But listen, we love her. We want to wish her well. Don't send her any hate. Give her all the flowers. And bye. She's dead. She's dead. You gone. Bye bye. Dead. May the Force
be with someone else. So that was the episode.
What do you guys think? Sound off in the comments.
Yeah, sound off. And please don't forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the motherfucking channel.
The bell is somewhere over here.
Yes. We love y'all, to the BOUview fam. Thank you for the undying support. Thank you for always writing with us and like just giving us all the love, and keep giving us all the love on YouTube, and also follow us. For me, at Mayday.
For me, she is Diva Dean.
And mine is I Love Rainy Days with a Z.
Yes. And stay tuned because we got more episodes to come. We got more bitches to come. And
more shit to talk. More rainy days. More. And
I'm ready for these bitches to go home so I could come.
Bye.
Bye.